So the first question that I answered was what I learned from this experience and how it will help me be a better clinician. Personally, I think that being able to put myself in the patient's shoes and know how they feel on a day-to-day basis having a disability, no matter what the disability was, I think that was very beneficial, especially for when I will treat these patients in the future. I know I had a bunch of difficulties. It was hard to propel myself up any sort of inclined surface. So I couldn't even imagine how many difficulties they have just trying to get around every single day. The second one that I answered was about ADLs and IDLs, and I think that it was hardest for me to try to get ready in the morning because I have a large bathroom, but my shower's kind of in a corner blocked off by my sink, so it was very difficult to get in the shower and try to stay in the simulation as much as possible. The next one that I answered was what was most challenging for me during the 48-hour disability simulation. I think that the slide board transfers was the most challenging for me because obviously I'm not used to doing it, but throughout it kind of got a little easier with the slide board transfers, and it was just difficult because I only could use one arm and one leg, and we obviously learned sideboard transfers with two arms, so it was just a little bit different for me to kind of change it to based on my simulation. I kind of feel that this assignment could be seen as controversial. I know that when I was out in public, people would treat me differently, and because I was in a wheelchair, so I got to they let me cut in line in the store or asked if I wanted to. But I also ran into some older people that had actual walkers and stuff like that, and I felt really uncomfortable and think that they kind of knew that we were just simulating the disabilities. Also, the people at TOPS seemed to know that we weren't actually hurt because they'd seen so many of us come in and shop. So they asked, oh, are you just doing this as an assignment? And I told them that we were and why we were doing it. Let's see, the next one that, about my meal. So I made grilled cheese and two different kinds of soups on the stove, and it was easy for me to put the sandwiches together. Opening the cheese seemed to be a little difficult because I could only use one hand to do it, so it was hard to get a grip on it. It was hard because normally I hold the other side of the pan with my other hand, and I couldn't do that, so the pan was sliding all over the place. And same with washing dishes, you need two hands, one to hold it and one to wash the dish with. Definitely adaptive equipment could have been used, like Dyson, or just delegating assistance. I know Bree helped me throughout, just anything that I needed help with. So that was a lot of help for me. I also answered the question about making assignment better for students in the future. I think maybe even extending it for another day, because you get the feeling within the 48 hours of how people actually feel throughout this entire simulation, but extending it would get you more in a routine of this is what I'm going to do in the morning, this is what time I have to get up to get ready, and stuff like that. But overall, I think it was a very beneficial assignment that everyone should continue doing in the future so they can put themselves in the shoes of patients that they're going to be treating. Look at that, going straight. definitely use some Dyson. I feel like it was not washed it.